Hello, we're going to get started today. You're going to start out with math. We're going to be working on making 10 to add. And then we're going to be doing, for reading this week, we're going to be working on, let me make sure I tell you the right thing first. We're going to be working on the central message. And we're also going to be working on verbs and how to put a suffix at the end of a verb. And then you're going to be working on foundations. And you're going to be working on science and social studies. For science this week, we are going to talk about lights and sound. And then for social studies, we're going to talk about a gymnast. And then for growth mindset, you guys are going to be doing something fun with that tomorrow. So let's get started with math today. I am going to make all of this in one video for this week. So you'll have one video for each of your slides, okay? For each of your days, sorry. All right, so we're working on making 10 to add. So this is a little bit confusing, but I want you to pay attention. And once you listen to me to this part, I think you're going to get it, okay? So it's talking about using a 10 frame to making 10 to add. That way it's a little bit easier. Sometimes it's hard to think about 7 plus 5, but if we think about if we take 7, how many more we would have to add to get to 10, it's a little bit easier to add then. So it's showing moving up 3 of these counters. So let's pretend like these 3 counters are in here now, and there's a total of 10 that's in this 10 frame. The only thing we would have left over is 2. So I'm going to put 2 in this box right here. I'm going to write what I would have left over. And then I'm going to add 10 plus 2. So let's count on 10, 11, 12. So 12. And actually, just to help you, whatever is in this box in your and each question is going to be the same answer that is in this box, okay? I'm also going to do this one with you as well. So we're going to move 2 of these over. So we're going to do 10 total right here, right? So let's count how many we have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to put 5 right here. 10 plus 5, let's count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And again, whatever would be in this box is the same that's in this box. We are moving up the counters to make 10 total, and then what we have left over is what we're adding to 10, and then that would be our answer. And it's the same answer that is over here too. It's just a different strategy to help us add, especially if we're adding numbers, obviously, that are past 10. So you're going to do the same thing here. So whatever the answer is here is going to be the same answer here. So after you have moved the counter over, whatever is left over is what you're adding to 10. It says Don has 8 goldfish. He gets 5 more. How many goldfish does he have now? So we're going to take 8. We're going to think about how many more we have to get to 8, to get to 10 from 8. So we have 9, 10. So we have 2 more. So we're going to add 2 right here. So 10 plus 2 would equal 12. Oh, sorry. Stop thinking about that problem correctly. So if we were taking our counters and we did 8 plus 5, we have 2 more to get to 10. So what we have left over is 3. So we're going to do 10 plus 3 equals 13. Okay? So then 8 plus 5 is also going to equal 13. So then my answer I'm going to put in the box right here, 13. Okay? Let me know if you have any trouble with those because they are a little bit tricky. And I understand that they're a little bit tricky. But I do want you guys to try. All right, for foundations, we have been working on glued sounds AM, AN, and ALL. So for AM, it's AM, ham, am. For AN, it's AN, fan, an. And for ALL, it's ALL, ball, all. So for today, you're just working on AM sounds, okay? So let's practice saying the word ham, tapping it out, huh, am, and then we're going to build the word. You're going to slide these tiles. You're actually going to be able to slide the tiles. I'm not going to do it for you because you don't have many of these, but you're actually able to pick up these tiles, maybe. You're able to pick up these tiles and you're able to move them down here. Okay, so I will do the first sound for you, okay? And then your glued sounds are down here. So which glued sound would you pick for am? And then put it right beside the H, okay? You're going to do that for jam, for ram, for clam, and I think that's it. That's all you're doing for foundations, okay? For reading, we were talking about the central message. The central message is this is what the author wants you to learn from the book. It can also be called the lesson. So you're going to listen to the story, The Koala Who Could, and then I want you to think about what was the central message? What did you learn from the story? And you're going to type it in this box. And then in this box, you're going to type in what part of the book helped you out. We're going to talk about verbs this week. A verb is a word that expresses an action. So for example, she taught them how to swim and dive. So the suffix, what we're going to change today, is we're going to be adding ed to the end of the word. So instead of play, we would do played. Instead of like, we would do liked. So I have some words over here. I have act, love, join, call, bake, smile, and look. You're going to sort them to see if you need to add ed or just d. I want you to look back at this chart right here to help you, okay? So it says you can add ed to the end of the verb, to the verbs, or if the verb ends in an e or an a, in an e, just add d, okay? You want to add ed, you would just add d. So you're going to go through and you're going to figure out if you need to add ed or if you need to add d. Remember, if the word ends in an e, you're only going to have to add d. And these move, you will just move them. For science today, you're going to click on this link right here. It's going to take you to your mystery science. And on a separate sheet of paper, I want you to write down 2 sentences of what you learned from the video.